Your first look at high school football scores and highlights. This is First Down Friday Night with the WZDX Sports Team. Sponsored by Zaxby's.
Time has flown by this year on the Gridiron because we're already doing the Week 10 edition of First Down Friday Night. Thanks for joining us. I'm Charity Chambers alongside Kayla Carlisle.
Yeah, Charity, it's not very often that I'm here in the studio, but
Ladies' night.
I know. I'm glad to be here. Mo is on the road for an assignment, so he left us girls in charge. So with that being said, we've got another action-packed show for you tonight.
Oh yeah, some of the teams that we covered tonight are gearing up for the playoffs while others are playing for the final time this season. That was the case in our kickoff game as Sparkman hosted Decatur. Now the Red Raiders won last year's game 40-18, but this is a new year, two completely different teams. Sparkman the favorite to win this one, and they got off to a fast start. Tavion Rupert takes the handoff. He's not running through the hole. He's making one. He picks up some good yardage before being brought down. A little bit later, fourth down for the Senators. They're going for it. They once again hand it off to Rupert. He picks up enough yards for a first down. Senators in the red zone. Who are they going to give it to? The guy that got them there, Rupert, runs it in for the score. Senators take an early 7-0 lead. Decatur trying to hang in there, though. Grayson Vermeer on the QB keep. This will be good for a Raiders first down. A couple plays later, it's Grayson again. He's going to call his own number. And look at the speed on him. Senators would finally be able to catch up to him. And look at this, he fumbles the ball. So Senators recover it. Sparkman not able to capitalize on it, though, so they're forced to punt. Miles Tillman fumbles the ball. Decatur is all over that, so they get the ball in the red zone. 3rd and goal for Decatur. Grayson is going to roll to his right. He throws it up towards the end zone. But, guys, look at this. This ball is just completely not catchable, so they're going to try and have to settle for a field goal. It's up, and it is no good. So Decatur doesn't get on the board there. But let's go ahead and take a look at the final score. Sparkman goes on to edge out Decatur with the final of 21-14. Decatur's season ends tonight. Sparkman will take on Hoover in the playoffs. Over at Milton Frank Stadium, Buckhorn facing off against Grissom. We'll roll those highlights here in a second. Tigers making quick work. Jacob Foss passes it across the middle to Cameron Hunt. He hits him in stride, and now it's just a foot race. He's seeing nothing but green. Grissom leads 7-0. Buckhorn staying in this. Brandon McNeil hands it off to Justin Hambrick. He bulldozes his way into the end zone, tying up the game at 7 apiece. Time winding down in the second quarter. Grissom near the goal line. Foss hands it off to Mark Howard. He doesn't like what he sees, bounces outside, eases his way into the end zone for the score. Under 2 to play in the first half, Foss showing off the arm. He fires a bullet down the field to Elijah Johnson. Looks like he's going to be brought down, but no, he says, get off of me. He cruises in for the score, making it 21-7. But let's take a look at that score right now. Grissom actually goes on to win it. It's final 41-14. Grissom's season, though, does end tonight. Buckhorn will face Athens in the first round of the playoffs. Kayla, what's going on tonight in Limestone County?
Well, Charity, first we had Tanner at East Limestone. Before tonight's game, both teams combined for just 4 total wins this season. But never fear, one of those two teams earned one more win on the season tonight. Let's see who it would be. Tanner came into tonight 1-8, while East Limestone sat at 3-6. The Indians are led by head coach Jeff Pugh, who is ready to win tonight. Let's throw this into the second quarter. Indians make the handoff to Derek Davis, and Davis goes, but the Rattlers' Nicholas Gibson has other plans. A nice tackle for Tanner, but the Indians are ready to make some moves now. Soon after, Indians QB Dylan Paris hands it off, but to who? Not him. No, not him either, but yes, there he is. It's Davis again, who zips through the Rattler defense to score the Indians another TD. They bump up the score now 28-7. And check this out, the MVPs of the night bearing the cold. I couldn't do it for too much longer, so kudos to them. But back to this game, still in the second. Paris with the lock, load, and launch downfield to Colin Swart, who is wide open. He makes it into the end zone. Extra point is good. Indians lead 35-7. Let's go ahead and take a look at the final score of that matchup. East Limestone goes on to win by a final score of 57-13. Looks like the Indians will end the season on a high note. We look forward to seeing those two teams again next year. Now over to West Limestone, who took on Ardmore in both teams' last matchup of the season. Midway through the first quarter, the Tigers QB Owen Doss drops back to pass. He's picked off by the Wildcats' River Helms, who breaks some tackles and takes it back 45 yards for the pick six. Some great hustle by Helms there. West Limestone goes up 7-0. Now late in the first, Ardmore tries getting in the running game with Chase Duska, and the ball comes out and is recovered by the Wildcats. Not what you want to see, though. On the next play, it's again River Helms who takes the handoff and runs it right up the middle, 28 yards for the touchdown. The Wildcats go up 14-0. Let's check out the final score of that matchup real quick. Looks like Limestone County is sweeping up tonight. West Limestone goes on to win by a final of 43-8. And again, both those teams ended their seasons tonight.
And guys, don't forget that we're on social media. You can tweet us at Mo Carter WZDX, who is on assignment tonight, at Charity WZDX, that's me, and at Kayla WZDX. Send us a tweet. We just might read it out on air. Coming up after the break, it's time to announce this week's Spirit of the Week. See which local high school marching band has been awarded the honor. Stay with us.
Looking to take a dream vacation or pay for an unexpected expense? A home equity line of credit from Avadian offers competitive rates, savings on fees, and fast approval. Visit avadiancu.com today to get started.
Pleasure's Romance Boutique. Curling toes since 1989.
If you come to Arby's from 2 to 5 p.m., you can get any of our dollar sliders for $1. For another $1, you can get small fries or a drink. And for the low price of another $1, you can round out this afternoon snack with warm cookies or shake. It's really a meal at this point, but call it a snack. That way, you can come back for dinner. Arby's, we have the meats.
Follow me on a flavor adventure. Great taste awaits. And here we are.
Take yourself on a taste adventure with the new Southwest Chipotle Filet Sandwich with hand-breaded chicken, pickled jalapenos, pepper jack cheese, and Chipotle aioli. One of 2 brand new sandwich meals, only at Zaxby's. And don't miss Jumanji: The Next Level, only in theaters.
It's the holiday sale at Rooms To Go Kids. Savings time on epic kids beds. Big on style and function. Starting as low as $195. Get super sale prices on awesome bunk and loft beds. Go upholstered beds. Sleigh beds. Go bookcase beds. Day beds. Storage beds. Or score great savings on complete bedrooms in a ton of go-to styles. Plus, get interest-free financing now at the Rooms To Go Kids and Teens Holiday Sale.
Pleasure's Romance Boutique. Curling toes since 1989.
Earn 2.3% APY on a 30-month CD with one of Avadian's fall CD specials, or 2% APY on our 13-month CD. That's 2.3% APY for 30 months or 2% APY for 13 months. Visit avadiancu.com to apply online.
Your home of ESPN Radio is 97.7 The Zone.
Now back to the action on First Down Friday night.
Welcome back, guys. It's time for our Spirit of the Week, a segment where we show some love to the bands and fans who show up and show out on Friday or Thursday nights.
Oh yeah, this week's Spirit of the Week goes out to the Ardmore High School Marching Band.
That's right. The band, which has the nickname the Pride of the State Line, is under the direction of Patrick Daly. We caught the band last week performing their show, which is titled Somewhere Over the Rainbow. One of the key songs of the set is Like You Never See Me Again. This week they will participate in the Alabama State Marching Championship, and in December they'll head up I-65 to play in the Nashville Christmas Parade.
So good luck to the Ardmore Marching Band. Now back to the gridiron. Madison Academy and Brooks face off tonight for only the 4th time in their school's history. Madison Academy hoping to finish out their regular season with the win after losing their last 3. Madison Academy went out to Brooks High School tonight. Brooks hoping to improve to 6-4 on the season. We're going to start things off in the first quarter. Madison Academy with the ball. Kai Watson takes the ball up the middle. He's going to gain a few yards, but that's enough to get them near the goal line. The next play, Mustangs are going for a field goal. Andrew Clark kicks it up, and it is good. That's going to put them on the board. Score at this point 3-0. Still in the first, Mustangs with the ball. Avery Seaton, former First Down Friday Night MVP, makes the pass to Slate Rucker. He flies past the Lions defense for a Madison Academy touchdown. That makes the score 10-0, but let's take a look at the final. Brooks would actually end up going on to win it 40-30. Next week in the playoffs, Madison Academy will be taking on Jasper Brooks will be taking on St. John Paul.
Awesome. Well, these next two teams have playoff spots next week, but how would they end the regular season tonight? We're taking a look at Albertville versus Guntersville. Things look shaky, though, on the punt return for this one. Guntersville, the receiver, gets tackled by his own teammates. So that's not a good start. But no worries, they would recover here. 1st and 15, the ball gets handed off, and there it goes. So far, Charity. Can you imagine that? I mean, after that first punt return, that's crazy. But the Guntersville Tigers would go up 7-0. So let's go ahead and take a look at the final score of that game. Turns out Guntersville takes this one home. It was a close one, 24-21. Next week, Albertville takes on Muscle Shoals. Guntersville travels to Hamilton.
Over now to Louis Cruz Stadium, Randolph taking on Columbia. The last time Columbia scored any points was against Randolph last year. They hadn't scored any at all this year, but look at this. They scored twice today. Randolph leads, though, 15-14 with 2 minutes left in the second quarter. Raiders driving down the field, though. Randolph with the trickery, the double reverse. Raiden Butler takes it. He hits the outside and picks up some good yardage before being forced out. A couple plays later, Andrew Hunter lobs it up to none other than Butler. Butler showing off the hands, too. He makes the catch, putting the Raiders in scoring position. They would capitalize off of it. Hunter pitches it to Nicholas Strong, and look at this. He's going to ease his way into the end zone for the score. Raiders now lead 22-14. The ensuing kickoff, Winston Walker kicks it for Randolph. Derek Bland back there to field it for Columbia. He's patient with it. Then look at this. He turns on the Jets. He's got some speed. He zigzags all across the field. He's making defenders miss before finally being brought down. Time winding down in the first half. 4th down for the Eagles. They're going for it. Hunter Marshall lobs it up to the end zone. Looked like Samuel Hunter for Randolph was the receiver on that play. Turnover on downs at the half. Randolph led 22-14. Let's take a look at the final score. Raiders go on to win it 44-14, and tonight was the season finale for both teams.
All right, coming up after the break, we'll take a look at more scores and highlights from tonight. Plus, don't miss our varsity game of the night next.
Every day there are thousands of vehicles on the road that are company-owned. Every year there are thousands of accidents that involve these company-owned vehicles. Company vehicle accidents are complex. I'm attorney Alexander Shinnar, and if you've been involved in an accident, call me, Alabama.
When you're ordering groceries, you want the freshest, most delicious choices around. Whether it's for a quick and easy weekday meal or a sensational Sunday celebration, we get you. And we've got that. And now you can get home delivery in as fast as 1 hour or enjoy same-day pickup at the store. Either way, we think you're really gonna like how easy it is. See you online.
It's a good day to be alive.
Are you getting the most out of your Medicare coverage? Did you know there are extra benefits available? Dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drug coverage? Make sure you're on the plan that's right for you. Many areas have plans available with $0 copays for many services and $0 deductibles. Plus, premiums may be as low as $0 a month. Call now for your free Medicare coverage review.
Please call 800-628-1738. That is 800-628-1738.
An important message from Jacoby and Myers. For decades, many Americans working in the trades were exposed to environmental hazards without their knowledge. The result? Thousands of cases of asbestos-induced mesothelioma and lung cancer. During the past 4 decades, $18 billion has been awarded to individuals with qualifying injuries. If you or someone you know has been diagnosed with asbestos-related lung cancer or mesothelioma, call today.
Please call 800-651-5853.
Need extra money? LKQ Pick Your Part is paying good money for your used vehicle. We are constantly updating our inventory and will pay you for your car or truck. LKQ is always buying cars and trucks. Get top dollar today for your used vehicle at LKQ Pick Your Part. Think your vehicle is worth nothing? Think again. Call 1-800-962-2277 today. That's 1-800-962-2277 and make this a good year for you and your wallet.
It's a double dose of the Pac-12 on Fox. Number 9 Utah takes on Washington. UW and number 7 Oregon battles USC.
Stay on top of Valley News 24/7. Download the Rocket City Now app today.
Now, more scores and highlights from across the valley on First Down Friday night.
say it every week, Charity, but 5.
5. I mean,
They shut
don't
them out
worry.
every week.
Yeah, every week.
All right, guys, welcome back to First Down Friday night. So far, we've seen some great games and scores from across the Tennessee Valley, but there was one game tonight that really had us interested.
Yeah, that's right. In fact, that's the reason we've pegged this game as our varsity game of the night, brought to you by Zaxby's.
That game went to Hillcrest Tuscaloosa versus James Clemens, a non-region matchup, which has been the only common denominator for losses for James Clemens. Now, this game was played out at Athens High School tonight. Fields must have been too messy in Madison this evening. We're going to go ahead and get over to the good stuff. First quarter, Connor Cantrell with the snap. Looks like he hands it off, but instead he holds on to it, and it goes for the pass to the Patriots, Luke Williams, who picks it off. And looks like he'd get some yardage there. Well, he's at it too. Charity, that's not how you want to start. But then check this out. Third down in the Patriots, Ivan Crawford calls his own number, and he tries to outrun Chance Starling. Looks like he would be unsuccessful on that, so Hillcrest decides to go for the field goal. They kick it up, and it's good. They get on the board first thanks to Seth Martin. But now the Jets have the ball again, and Cantrell passes it to Emmanuel Sanders, and Sanders, he gets a few more yards for the Jets. But now it's time to score. This time, Cantrell hands it off to Jatavion Elliott. He breaks through the Patriots defense, and watch this. He gets back up. What a recovery. He slides into the end zone, and the Jets score 7-3 in the first. Let's go ahead and check out the final score of that matchup. James Clemens goes on to win this one by a final of 49-26. Next week, James Clemens hosts Vestavia Hills in the first round of the 7A playoffs.
And speaking of Athens, they were in action last night against Austin. Athens won this matchup last year, 21-18. First quarter, Quincy Crittington dumps a screen off to Tybo Williams. Watch this, Kayla. He's going to run this in for 82 yards. He's just juking and jiving all across the field. And we know this guy is fast. He's showing off the speed. That makes the score 7-0 Austin. Now, after a punt by Athens, Austin is on the move again. Quincy Crittington, once again, throws a fade route to Trey Shackelford. He hauls it in for a 22-yard touchdown. But let's take a look at this again. Shackelford actually starts to slide as he's going into the end zone and then catches the ball on his knees with the defender wrapped around him. What a play there. Black Bears now lead 14-0. To the second quarter we go. Athens get a great drive going, and they would settle for a short field goal, but the interior line gets some push up front, block the Golden Eagles kick. Black Bears add a field goal before the break. They led 17-0 at the half. Let's take a look at the final score. Athens went on to win it by a final of 38-16. Next week, Austin travels to Thompson. Athens hosts Buckhorn in the opening round of the playoffs. And we're reaching the end of our show, but don't go anywhere. After the break, we have more highlights from Lauderdale County. We'll be right back.
We are integrators. We are problem solvers. We combine determination, talent, and partnership to bring the right solutions to the most vital missions. From the sea to the land, to cyber and outer space. That's the power of SAIC, redefining ingenuity.
You see workers for a construction company whose employees are covered by Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. But what you don't see is how Blue Cross listens and provides its members with one-to-one assistance and answers. Or how Blue Cross's free online services, apps, and tools, like their symptom checker, make it easy to get information and assistance when needed. Or how Blue Cross makes finding a doctor simple, even when you're out of state. What you do see is a team handling another tough job. Blue Cross works hard behind the scenes to cover what matters.
Success for every student. We are Calhoun Community College. From our humble beginnings in the 1940s to the largest two-year college in Alabama, Calhoun brings together quality and affordability to meet the educational and training demands for our high-tech area. Calhoun has options for everyone. Earn your degree in 2 short years. Get a certification in just a few months. Take classes that transfer. Your success story starts right here at Calhoun Community College.
If you come to Arby's from 2 to 5 p.m., you can get any of our dollar sliders for $1. For another $1, you can get small fries or a drink. And for the low, low price of another $1, you can round out this afternoon snack with warm cookies or shake. It's really a meal at this point, but call it a snack. That way, you can come back for dinner. Arby's, we have the meats.
What makes Rick's a little bit different than all the other barbecue joints that you're possibly going to go to is the family-like atmosphere that we get involved with. We're family-owned and operated, and we treat our customers like family. Some of the most popular products we have are our baked potatoes, of course, the loaded baked potatoes with meat. We also have things like Mandarin chicken salads. We have Southwestern chicken wrap. What I love about Buffalo Rock is how personal and family-like that company actually is.
Need more sports? Check out 97.7 The Zone.
Now back to the action on First Down Friday night.
All right, welcome back, guys. Let's jump right back into some scores. Check these scores out from tonight. Charity, it looks like a lot of teams were close. A lot of teams got shut out.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting night for sure.
Very interesting night. I know Mars Hill actually won that game. They're undefeated on the season so far.
And look at all those shutouts right
Shutouts,
there.
man.
Florence, Walkville. Shout out to you guys.
Oh, yeah. I believe that's the first time in quite a while that East Lawrence has had a winning season.
Really?
Yeah.
Actually, I did see that. All right, guys, let's jump back into some football action with another non-region matchup between Colbert County and Lauderdale County. We're starting in the second here. Scores 35-0. Tigers with the ball. Michael Brown throws it up to Stephen Wisdom. It doesn't look like he catches it, but that's a complete catch, Charity.
Wow.
Nothing comes of that play, though, unfortunately. They don't capitalize on it, so it doesn't really go anywhere. But moving on to the third quarter now, score still 35-0. Colbert County with the ball now. David Berryman throws it up, but the Tigers are going to pick this one off. It's Tigers' Ethan Ham who intercepts it, gaining some good yardage for the Lauderdale County.
Who is he throwing it to?
I'm not sure. That's a good question, Charity. All right, well, next play, watch this. Michael Brown makes a pass intended for Stephen Wisdom, but Colbert County's Daniel White catches it for another interception. This time, this one's for the Indians, and no capitalizing on any of this stuff, so you know, all that fun and drama for nothing.
Yeah.
All right, let's go and check out the final score of that game. Lauderdale County goes on to win this one by a final of 55-7. Next week, Colbert County travels to Collinsville. Lauderdale County hosts Sylvania in the playoffs.
Caleb, we've had some interesting games this evening, but overall this season, have there been any teams that have kind of surprised you?
Yes. I know we've talked about this a few times, but for me, James Clemens has been the one that's kind of shocked me the most.
I agree.
I don't really know why, though, because they were successful last year, but this year I didn't expect them to be as successful as they've been. So shout out to James Clemens.
Oh, yeah.
They've done an incredible job. But that actually brings me to my next point. Bob Jones has surprised me, and let me tell you why. That's when we were at Media Days, the beginning of the season, went around, interview all the players, all the coaches from every team across the Tennessee Valley. And when we did that, every single team I asked when I was like, what team are you looking to beat this year? Every single one of them said Bob Jones. So it's surprising to me to see that Bob Jones has kind of turned out the way they have. They're not unsuccessful. They're just not as successful as we would like to see.
Yeah, they're not as successful as we were used to seeing them.
Exactly.
For the first time, and I don't know how many years they didn't make the playoffs.
Exactly.
And to your point about James Clemens, I was shocked too because they lost some pretty key starters. Mil Muhammad, Davion Davis, they lost a few key players. And so for them to come back, and I believe they won how many straight? 7, 8 straight?
Seven straight
after losing the first couple games.
In all region games, 2
like the ones that really matter.
Their losses. Yeah,
exactly.
So shout out to them. But what about you? Did you have any?
Well, not really any surprises, but just kind of want to give a shout out to Fife and Mars Hill. They're the reigning state champions, and once again this year just completely showing out. Both are undefeated this year. Mars Hill and Fife both won again this year. We talked a little bit about it earlier in the show. Fife just completely.
I was going to say, I have to go back and look at scores to see if they've ever let a team score on them this season because it's been shutout after shutout.
I know. I think the most they've let a team score was North Sand Mountain, and they scored 14 points on them. That's the most anybody's ever scored on them this season. So that's kind of crazy.
That is insane.
And Mars Hill beat Brooks earlier in the year. Brooks is a 4A school. Mars is 1A. So it's just like, they're just completely dominating.
Yeah, it's completely dominating. And so congratulations to those teams, and hopefully we see you guys at the state championships this year.
For sure, yeah. Well, every school, whether they have a winning season or a losing season, always have at least one player that just does a great job of leading the team. And from week to week, we showcase one local high school football player who puts up some video game-like numbers, and this week is no different, Kate.
That's right. This week's MVP goes to Arab's Matthew Turnage. Turnage rushed for 6 touchdowns in last week's game.
Yeah, he ran for 258 yards, racking up those 6 TDs along the way as the Knights rolled to a 48-20 win over Madison Academy. Turnage also helped Arab snap a 2-game losing streak, so huge congrats to Turnage for winning this week's First Down Friday Night MVP of the Week. And nominations are open for the First Down Friday Night MVP of the Week. If you think you know an athlete that is deserving of our First Down MVP award, Kayla, what do they have to do?
They just have to send us an email at rocketcitynow.com with the player's name, school, position, and charity. They cannot forget the stats from their last game. Those are very, very important. But over now to some lesser news, and we couldn't end tonight's show without sending our condolences to the family and friends of DAR high school football player Eli Spray. Spray passed away this morning in a car crash while on his way to school. State troopers say his car crashed with a tow truck and he died on impact. Tonight they retired Spray's jersey, and DR did go on to win this game 43-8 in his honor. So congratulations to DAR tonight.
Yes, we are praying for you guys out there. Well, guys, thanks for joining us on the final episode of the regular season for First Down Friday Night. Next week, the road to the Super 7 at Jordan-Hare Stadium begins. First round action and the playoffs begin next week, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're going to have some more scores coming up on our website. Plus, stay tuned. We have some playoff actions coming up if you guys did miss any of those. So make sure to stay tuned for that.
Oh, yeah, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.
You've been watching First Down Friday Night, sponsored by Zaxby's.
Pleasure's Romance Boutique, curling toes since 1989.
When looking for a TV